Welcome in, baseball fans, and here in New York, the show has an AL East matchup. It's the Toronto Blue Jays going up against the New York Yankees. Boog Sciambi alongside Chris Singleton. Biggest story in this one is just how dominant his pitching has been, Singy. He's been in complete control in recent starts.
So much confidence on the bump, Boog. Painting corners, changing speeds. He's been an absolute nightmare for would-be hitters.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. And towing the slab in this one, Will Warren. Chris, it's a little more common these days, but still, he's a strikeout per inning type of guy.
Well, I hear you about the strikeouts. A lot more guys striking out today, but when you consider having the ability to get that strikeout, particularly when you need it, a man on third, less than 2 outs, situations where, yeah, maybe you're not a real high strikeout guy, but just knowing you have the swing and miss stuff in a big spot, I think it's real critical, and he's got it.
George Springer, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. Warren was recently named Pitcher of the Month for some outstanding work on the mound.
Ball. No question that he earned that Pitcher of the Month award, Boog. He was just dominant. String together enough of those, and you can expect some other hardware on the mantle.
On the inside corner for a strike. Didn't seem like that one found the zone. Here's a challenge. And after review, it was a ball. Good eye. So they've still got both their challenges. Next offering is fouled back. The kick, the 3-2. Liner, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Batting second, the first baseman,
Vladdy Jr. stepping to the dish now. Collected 3 hits in the loss yesterday. On a line. Makes the grab. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Chris.
Yeah, Boog. They understand various situations and think ahead of the opponent. Teams like this know how to get down to business and focus on the task at hand.
Dalton Varsho, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. He's scored more runs than anyone else in his team so far this year, Chris. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Here comes Springer around third. The relay to the plate. The tag out.
A lot of real estate to cover on that play defensively. A long throw to the cutoff man, and then a lot of ground to make up as well on the relay. But an excellent job of execution and getting that out at the dish as he tried to make it home all the way from first base.
Kazuma Okamoto next up for the Blue Jays.
Ball. The strategy of winning a ball game, when you can make that pitcher work a little more, expose himself by throwing pitches, that could be the key to winning perhaps later on. So good job of extending this inning, getting a knock with 2 outs to bring the number 4 hole hitter up.
On the ground, and foul ball.
He was a little out front, but did a good job keeping the hands back long enough to foul that pitch off.
Swing and a ground ball. In plenty of time to first. Inning over. And now the Yankees will see what they can do. No score. Back after this on the show. Back in the Bronx. And the starter for Toronto, Dylan Cease. What do you have on him?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Hit hard to the ground and up the middle, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Good start for him to this ball game tonight. And I always talk about it. Get a knock in your first at bat. It just makes your confidence at such a higher level for the potential of having a big night.
Next to hit, Ben Rice. 3 hits last night, so he was a big factor in getting that win. Hee-haw! And the 0-2. Started to go after it. Now we'll look down to third. Did not go. He goes down looking.
Batting third, the right fielder.
And time now to check out the New York Yankees lineup. And a big factor for them in recent games, Cody Bellinger.
Really an essential part of this lineup. Top 5 in slugging in the American League right now. He's putting up some pretty big power numbers, and when you can get that kind of production out of a player like this, tell you what, it's only going to make the team better as a whole.
Swung on, belted. Carrying well. Gone into Monument Park. That one landed amongst the legends. Aaron Judge leads the yard. Homer number 25 of the year. The Yankees score first. It's 2-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. The great pitchers are able to tease the outside part of the zone with the breaking ball. That means that it looks like it's going to be a strike, but finishes off the plate. Well, that one finished on the outer half, but caught just too much of the plate and hit for a home run.
Here's Cody Bellinger.
That's the ball.
Bellinger matched a homer in his last game. 2 runs across in the inning. Here in the second game of the series. And that misses.
That's the ball.
Yeah, that's ball 2. He's been one of the best players in the league at driving in runs, Singy. His RBI numbers are good enough to be top 5 in all of baseball. Swing and a miss. And the count is 2-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. Next offering misses. And a full count now. Comebacker to the mound. Slinging it to first in time.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
2 outs, base is empty. Jazz Chisholm Jr. now at the plate. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. This one looks like trouble, and that's going to roll to the wall. Safely into second. He's got a double.
I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
So runner at second, 2 down. Ryan McMahon steps to the plate.
And Boog, I'd say he's due.
This one in the air, center field. Varsho on the move. And that will end the inning. Another look at the long ball for the Yankees. It's now a 2-0 ball game. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. here at New Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Second inning set to go. So the Toronto Blue Jays are hovering around 500, about a third of the way into this season. And Singy, they had high expectations. This one's into the outfield. Could be extra bases. And he starts off the second with a double.
Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video, because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Jesus Sanchez getting ready to hit. Man at second. And it stays fair. Here comes Pinango. And now they trail by one.
Well, back within one as he brings home the run. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Here's the second baseman, Davis Schneider. Homered last night, added another hit as well. One on, nobody out, a run in here at the top of the second. And that's in there at the knees.
Well, at that velocity, if that's all you're seeing, 88, you can handle that all day long. That's what you get in batting practice. But off the velocity of the fastball, that is a very tough pitch to adjust to.
The 0-2. Towards first. To second, there's one. Double play. That was some defensive wizardry.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
Here's Andres Jimenez. He's coming off a 3-hit game in Sunday's series finale. Yeah. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across here in the second game of the series. There's a swing and a miss.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
Way inside, gets out of the way. Fights that one away, still 1-2.
Ball.
Two down, nobody on. Two. High fly ball, right field. This could go the distance. Home run. A solo shot. And we're level. It's 2-2. He kept swinging, and it paid off.
Well, that was a battle, Boog, and he just kept taking his cuts. Finally squared one up. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spent on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Tyler Heineman next up for the Blue Jays. And that is out of play. Tied up here in the early going. Next offering in there for a strike. That's strike 2. And they'll do it again. The 0-2. Down and in, moved his feet.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And it remains 2-2. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Outside low, and the count is filled up.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
And that one ripped to left, and that'll do it. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. We are tied 2-2. We head to the bottom of the second, and stepping in for the Yankees, Anthony Volpe. Nope, ball. Check swing went around. That is strike 2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Ball. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
A healthy cut, tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
Swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes. And there's 1 down.
And he'll be beating himself up on the way back to the dugout. Got a pitch to hit and just couldn't get to it. I think that slider really caught way more of the plate than it was supposed to.
Next is the designated hitter, Spencer Jones. Foul ball there. Swing and a miss as he was late. That's a little bit low.
Down.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
Here's a 1-2.
That's inside. That's a ball.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Oh, there he gets the slider in on his hands, and it just eats him up. You know, it's hard to get the bat around on a pitch like that in tight. You just feel like you're crowded on the inside part of the plate. Can't get any extension. That's one he definitely should have laid off of.
Stepping in, Austin Wells. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Has room, and he makes the catch. We move ahead to the third, tied 2-2. Back at Yankee Stadium, well, Singy, we talked him up at the top of the broadcast, firing on all cylinders coming in, but haven't seen the same dominance today.
Well, it's still early, but the sharpness hasn't quite been there. Feels like he's just one adjustment away from flipping the script.
Springer in the box now as he looks at ball 1. Second plate appearance of the day for him. In there at the knees for a strike. The 1-1 is fouled off. Just off the inside corner. Ball 2. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. So the call stands. One challenge remaining for them now. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Got him swinging. Leadoff hitter gone in the third. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's 0 for 1.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr., that swing so reminiscent of his dad. Lots of pop. And the 1-0. Ground ball left side. Tosses across to first. First two batters retired here in the top of the third.
The center fielder, number 5, Dalton Varsho.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. Doubled his first time. Hard hit to third. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the third, all even at 2 apiece. Back at Yankee Stadium, here's the Yankees leadoff hitter, Trent Grisham.
Number 12, Trent Grisham.
That's way outside. And now it's even 1-1.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
This one in the air. Jimenez takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Yankees, number 6.
And here is Ben
22,
Rice. Caught looking his first time up.
Rice.
Pitch in the dirt, and that's ball 1.
That's a ball.
That one missed. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1. Fouls one away, and now 3-2. Payoff pitch. Oh, great stop. Now a jump throw. Nicely done for the out.
Up next for the Yankees, the right fielder, number 99, Aaron.
Man, Chris, a jump throw like that is certainly worthy of the StatCast treatment. Let's see what the numbers have to say about it.
Yeah, these are some favorable numbers, Boog. This is the type of play that showcases his arm strength. I mean, he made it look easy, but I promise you, that's not a throw every shortstop can make, especially with that much behind it.
Here comes Aaron Judge. He's 1 for 1 with a 2-run homer his first time up. That's hard hit on the line. And that is that. So they make short work of him there. 3 innings complete. We are tied 2-2. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Wells settles under this one. And a quick out, number 1.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
Now the left fielder, Yohendrick Pinango.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
On the ground to the left.
Foul.
And foul ball. The 0-2. Got him. Now 2 away. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
So digging in, Jesus Sanchez. That misses.
That's a ball.
And that's ball 1. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look. Just caught the zone by a whisker, and the call is overturned. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. This one in the air, center field. Grisham under it. And that is that. We go to the bottom of the 4th. All even, 2 apiece. Back now in the Bronx. Bottom of the 4th, Cody Bellinger stepping in now for the Yankees.
Bellinger.
Hit in the air, left field. Takes it in for the out.
The batter, number 13.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Jr.
So up next for New York, Jazz Chisholm Jr. doubled his first time up. Chisholm in his 6th season, 28 years old, and he was born in the Bahamas. The 1-0. And there's a foul ball. All tied up. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. On the ground. And that's just foul.
All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
The 1-2.
Ball.
Way inside. Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. A shot to the opposite field. His 12th of the season, and that's how they take the lead. It's 3-2.
The one thing the pitcher didn't want to happen just happened. That's not an easy one to stomach.
Let's break out the StatCast numbers. It's Singy. It tells us this home run was projected at more than 450 feet.
Yeah, and not many players can hit home runs as far as this one. That's a special feeling, and I'm sure he was giggling a little bit as he was jogging around the bases. That was one heck of a swing he put on the baseball.
One down. Here's Ryan McMahon now.
That's a ball.
Foul ball. All right, so Monument Park out there in center field at Yankee Stadium. Have you gotten a chance to check that out?
Boog, I have seen it more after my playing career than I did as a player. But as a broadcaster, many times entering and exiting through the center field.
Backed off the plate that time.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Edge of the zone, called a strike. And the count is even, 2-2. Now he's challenging the called strike. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. They'll keep their remaining challenge. The 3-1. There's a swing and a drive. That one carrying. Out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they tack on to their lead. It's 4-2. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
Next to hit, Anthony Volpe.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Now a check swing at the 1-1. Look down to first, and he held up. Hammered, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
So now here's the DH, Spencer Jones. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes.
No, that's outside.
Ball misses. Throw to second. Out of bounds. Safe.
When your catcher's not a great thrower, you have to do a better job at controlling the running game. And that's throwing over, that's stepping off, doing whatever you can to try to keep that base stealer's rhythm off. Well, they weren't able to do it right there. They're going to have to make some type of adjustment. Our players are going to be running all game.
Man at second. Some early action out there in the bullpen. Yariel Rodriguez getting loose out there. Number 62 getting loose as well. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Carrying well. And it is out of here. Their third home run of the inning. And they add on. That's their fourth home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. Anytime you have a pitch down the middle of the plate, the percentages go up for the hitter to do damage, even if it's a pretty good sinker like that one. Nice piece of hitting there at the plate.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Dylan Cease won't go any further tonight. And the home run really bit him today as he exits on the hook for the loss. New arm coming on after the break. Yariel Rodriguez into the game. This is his 5th appearance of the year. So up next, Austin Wells. 0 for 1 with a flyout. And a foul ball. Way high.
Ball. That's up.
Breaking ball misses down and away.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
The 3-1. And a foul ball. Payoff pitch. stays alive. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Got him swinging for the strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Back to the top of the Yankee order. So the batter now will be Trent Grisham. 1 for 2. And that is downstairs. And it's 1-0. The 1-1 is fouled off. Two down, nobody on. Pitch misses there, and that's ball 2.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Inning over, although plenty of damage done. So they move out in front after a 4-run outburst. On to the top of the 5th we go. Yankees 6 and the Blue Jays 2. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. Yeah, I'm in the city going cray cray. Finna act a fool like it's play day. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Well, these Jays doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. The numbers tell us they're averaging more than a hit every inning, and they've only struck out twice, so they keep finding ways to put their bat on the ball.
Outside, that's a ball.
Can't make contact with the sweeper. Swing and a miss, struck him out. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
So up next for Toronto, Andres Jimenez. 1 for 1 so far today with a solo homer in his first at bat. And that's in for a strike. Just
no, that's
missed.
down. Ball.
The Yanks leading by 4, and we're at the top of the 5th. There's a strike.
Ball.
That one ran inside, almost got him. Struck him out without a swing. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Heineman at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one. Yeah, that's fouled off.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. 2 down, nobody on. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Struck him out swinging, and he strikes out the side of the 5th. Yankees 6 and the Blue Jays 2. Back here in New York, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Ben Rice stepping in now for the Yankees. And first offering is fouled off. Chris, he's been one of the most powerful hitters in baseball this year. His home run numbers are good enough to put him top 5 in the league. And that skips in the dirt. Next pitch misses inside. Ball 2. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Up next for the Yankees.
I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
It's Aaron Judge now.
Ball, that's down. Ball.
Fastball for a strike. Good eye right there. Rice gets his lead at first. Nobody out. That one hit to right. Sanchez takes it in for the out. 1 down.
Up next for the Yankees, the left fielder, Cody.
And up to the plate comes Cody Bellinger. Fly ball down the line. And it hooks just foul.
Clearly hoping he could get a swing and miss on that, but doesn't fool the hitter with that breaking ball. Nice job, just couldn't keep it fair.
In the air, right field, pretty well struck. Way back there, it's got a chance. And brings it in at the wall.
The batter, number 13, second baseman, Jazz Chisholm.
Now it's the second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr. He's already homered in this game. And there's a rocket into the outfield. And that's going to get into the corner. Lead runner around second. Lead runner gets the stop sign at third. It's a 2-out double, second and third now. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
Here's the third baseman, Ryan McMahon. He's already homered here in this one. Swinging a foul straight back. The Yankees trying to break this one open. Last half of inning number 5.
Down, ball.
Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. So they'll lose their first challenge. Two on, 2 outs. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side.
That's low. That's a ball.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
Swings over the splitter for strike 3. A couple of hits in the inning, but they can't get him home. 5 innings complete. Yankees 6 and the Blue Jays 2. It's an AL East matchup here on MLB The Show. Back at the ballpark, let's take a look at some of the moments that stand out to us.
Chase me, but I wouldn't mind it if you give me just a little bit of something we can.
And now, George Springer.
Toronto, the designated hitter, George Springer.
That's in there. Strike 1. Warning track, wall, and you can touch them all, baseball man. George Springer leaves the yard. It's his 6th home run of the season, and they cut into the deficit. It's 6-3. Singy, that's his 299th career homer.
Yep, closing in on a pretty big career milestone. 300 will be extremely special. When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
Now it's going to be Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Ball.
Oh, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run. Go back to work. Focus on this next batter.
Inside, just missed.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
Pretty close, but it was a ball. So they're now out of challenges.
Hee-haw!
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Sliced hard but foul. Got him swinging for the K. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. So up next for Toronto, Dalton Varsho. And time is called for a mound visit now. Big moment in this game, so they'll talk it over. Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Will Warren, done for the night, just never found his groove, wasn't able to settle in. New arm coming on, back in a moment. And we've got ourselves a pitching change. Brent Hedrick. He's into the game with the bases empty.
That's inside. Ball.
On a line, base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the third baseman, number 7.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Kazuma Okamoto. Runner on the go. Oh, now this one gets away at the plate. Varsho into scoring position on the wild pitch, and there goes the double play possibility. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Man at second. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Next pitch misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Jazz tosses to first. Out number 2.
Up next to the Blue Jays.
And the batter now, Yohendrick Pinango.
That's the ball.
2 outs with a runner at third. Tap foul at the plate. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Varsho on third with 2 out. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Now a pop-up on the infield. And makes the grab. And that'll do it. The Jays get one back on this homer. It's now 6-3. Back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, number 62.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Anthony Volpe getting ready to hit.
The shortstop, Anthony Volpe.
On the ground to third. Long throw to first. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
And sir, Joe.
And up next for New York, Spencer Jones. He had a big swing back in the 4th, a 2-run homer, and that helped them get the lead.
And what a swing it was, Boo. Poetry in motion. And those are the type that you hardly feel when you connect with the baseball. Just so smooth, a great feeling off the bat.
Hit hard, but foul off to the left. That misses the zone. And 1-1. Next offering is fouled back. Next one misses, and it's 3-2. Stays alive. Yankees up by 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. That's ball 4. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot. And stepping in for New York, Austin Wells. His righty-lefty splits there.
Wells.
That's a strike. This ball's chopped on the ground. And there's a hit. Lead runner makes the turn at second. To third, he's in there.
Up next for the Yankees, the center fielder,
Now it's Trent
number
Grisham
12.
to the plate. 1 for 3.
Grisham.
Smash to center, way back, and you can forget it. Home run. His 14th of the year, and they add to their lead. That's their 5th homer of the game.
Man, they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Number 62 will depart. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound. Louis Varland takes over on the mound.
And he's done a great job keeping the ball in the park this year. The numbers stack up with some of the best in the game.
Ben Rice stepping in now for the Yankees. The 1-0. And that one hammered. That's down. One hops off the wall. And into second with one away. That's a double.
These hitters today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
One out, runner at second. Aaron Judge digs in now.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Ball.
This one smoked on its way out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 11-3.
He's been so difficult to pitch against lately. It seems like no matter how you attack him, he finds a way to punish you.
Well, Boog, when you've got power like he does, hitting 2 home runs in the same game feels very doable. Dialed in and making the most of every swing out there.
One down. Now here is Cody Bellinger. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out. That one ripped right center field. Going back. On the warning track. And hauls it in.
Well, I didn't think he got it off the bat, but the wind made it a lot more interesting than expected. Nice job of the center fielder. Puts it all the way back to the warning track. Man.
On a line out towards center. And that ends the inning. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. We're through 6 full. This is Yankees baseball on the show NYC. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Jake Bird.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year, so the defense should be active.
Now it's the right fielder, Jesus Sanchez.
12, Jesus Sanchez.
Bird pitching for the 20th time this season. And they went out and made a trade for him last season.
Nope. Ball.
Close, but called the ball. Ball 2. That's to third. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the second baseman,
Davis Schneider next up for the Blue Jays. This to third, McMahon. And 2 away to start the 7th.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the shortstop, Andres Jimenez.
2 down, bases empty. Andres Jimenez will hit next. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Right through there for a strike. That's to third. McMahon zips it across, and the Blue Jays go down 1-2-3. It's the Yankees 11 and the Blue Jays 3. Back in the Bronx, putting on a show at the plate today as the spray chart gives us a look at their 6 homers so far.
Yeah, they've been sending them out all over the yard, Boog. Doesn't seem like there's anywhere for these pitchers to hide.
Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. Base hit. That was smoke through the infield. And the leadoff man aboard.
The batter, number 11.
Anthony Volpe now at the plate.
Volpe.
No. Ball.
McMahon on at first. Nobody out. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
In the air to left center. Pinango on his way over. And there's one away. Spencer Jones stepping in now for the Yankees.
Spencer Jones.
In the air, left field. Pinango makes the grab on the run.
Up next for the Yankees.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Louis Varland gives way, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Tyler Rogers. 25th appearance of the year for him. Here's the catcher, Austin Wells. On the ground, right side. Slings to first, and that's the third out. One left for the Yankees, but still in command. It's 11-3. Back at Yankee Stadium, well, it's been a fun game for fans who love homers. These teams are teeing off, as we can see from the spray chart.
Yeah, games like this were so fun for me as a hitter, Boog. You grab your bat and head to the plate thinking, hey, could be my turn to go yard next.
Heineman in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. Check swing called strike. 0-2 now. Fights it off. He'll see another. Oh, 0-2 now.
Ball.
Good job to fight that one off. On the ground to third. McMahon fires over to first. First out in the top of the 8th.
Designated hitter, George.
Back to the top of the order. And now the DH, George Springer. He's on the verge of a milestone. His next home run will be the 300th of his career. Nice grab. And he gets him. Nicely done.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the first baseman, Vladimir.
Incredible to think that
Guerrero
755 could have been passed once, let alone multiple times. What a remarkable career he's put together.
In the air, right center. This is mashed way back and gone. Vladdy with a star scraper. And they cut into the deficit. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I could feel that swing from the booth. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
So 2 down, and the batter now, Dalton Varsho.
Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that.
Oh, can't pick it up cleanly.
Up next for the Blue Jays.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in.
Okamoto in the box now. No balls and a strike. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Had him way out front of the slurve. Vlad Guerrero Jr. with the solo shot for Toronto. Last half of the 8th coming up. You're watching Yankees baseball on the show, NYC. Back at the ballpark as we take a check of the bullpen so far this season.
It's been a long while. I got it on pin, a living bank rolling. I'm my own penny. I've been on 10 and I the whole team and all of that way. You know it's on me. You know I got goals. You know what I see. Have all of that gold, a necklace around me. You say it's light work, my God, we gon' see. Just said I'm on 10, just count it on me. And I live that life. Flow froze as
And first offering is fouled off. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Toronto's bullpen with some action. Chase Lee appears to be getting loose.
Ball.
Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Just misses with that
ball.
one. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. 1 down. And next for New York, Ben Rice.
Number 22, Ben Rice.
Chopped left side. Fires over to first. And they got him.
Up next for the Yankees, the right fielder, number 99, Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge at the plate, looking for his 3rd home run of the game.
Yeah, he blasted his 2nd of the game in the 6th inning. This guy looks like he's playing on beginner mode in this one.
Beginner mode is where it's at, Chris. He swings and fouls one off. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Judge comes up empty there.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
No, that's out.
Well, 2 outs and a chance to put up a 0 on the scoreboard here, and that's not something that's come easy for this staff in this one.
Outside low, ball 2.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
Got him swinging. Yanks held in check. They lead it though, 11-4.
Now pitching for the
We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Ryan Yarbrough.
And he's had a tough go of it against left-handed batters this year. They've been hitting him hard, so we'll see how he does here.
Leading off, Yohendrick Pinungo. And first offering is fouled off.
Ball outside. Nope, ball.
Next one in the dirt.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
On the ground to the left. The throw to first, and they get the leadoff man in the 9th.
Up next for the Blue Jays.
So up next for Toronto, Jesus Sanchez. And that one clips the corner. 1 down, base is empty here in the 9th. And it's fouled away. The 0-2.
Ball.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Crushed to right. This one's got a chance. Out of here. Home run. And they cut into the deficit.
He's going to the plate with a ton of confidence lately, and he's getting the results to back it up. No doubt, those two things feed off one another. Got to keep that front shoulder closed and your body square to the plate, especially when you're facing a left-hander. He did all those things until the very last moment where that hip just popped. Hands came through, nice little lag to it. Carried out nicely.
One down. Now Davis Schneider. Right through there for a strike. Strike 2.
Quickly down 0-2 in the count. I think you got to choke up a little bit, spread out the feet. You don't know what the velocity or the location of this next pitch is going to be.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
No, that's out.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Blue Jays have just 1 out left here.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him, and You know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
Foul ball. Yarbrough is just one strike away. Got him, and that's the ball game.
These hitters came to the yard today thinking one thing: launch mode. 6 home runs, just an incredible offensive display today. Even by today's standards, that is a huge total.
11-5, your final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Sciambi. Thanks for joining us.